Today we have with us an extremely interesting and dynamic couple from Pune, Siddharth and Arti Naik. This couple is someone who has struck a beautiful balance between marine engineering, boats and art. So let's hear from them how they managed to strike such a wonderful balance and a little bit more about their professional lives. Siddharth, could you please tell us something about your marine engineering experiences, please?
First of all, thank you very much for having us over here. Thank you, Pune Times. It's a great experience to be here in your studio. You mentioned about marine engineering and art and the balance attached to it. So you see, we dabble with something very, very sensitive in both parts of the businesses. In one, we are dealing with the government and the defense sector, where we are building interceptors and rescue boats meant for saving lives. We did projects for erstwhile kings of India, restoration of their boats and other things. So it's a lot of technical stuff, a lot of advanced engineering, lots of application engineering, and lots of brainstorming with the team. On the other part, which is the art, we find ourselves yet in a very sensitive position, but this time it is more on the search for inner strength, inner beauty. Art by itself is so cultural, so much of influence that derives out of it, and it's very interesting to be in midst of the artisans, fellow contemporaries, gallery owners, others, like clients, who all of us have a great camaraderie in discussing and doing art. So it's kind of a switch on, switch off, and helps us to maintain balance in our life. Otherwise, we would have gone crazy. And it has been marine engineering and then subsequently to boat building. And it has been quite an experience in terms of learning new things and being introduced to new facets of marine engineering and shipbuilding, which has allowed us to experience some of the most unique stuff. Back a few years ago, we were approached by Shriji Arvind Singh Mewar, the erstwhile king of Udaipur, who called us over to restore 3 of the boats that were in his property. Interestingly, these boats, once upon a time, used to be used to move the Shah of Iran, JFK's wife, Jacqueline Kennedy, Indira Gandhi, the Queen Elizabeth, in the waters of Udaipur. And there were pictures which showed them in these boats. And that was the glory of these boats back in the time. Incidentally, these boats were powered by petrol engines, Ford and Chrysler petrol engines, which I don't think we have seen it for the last 100 years. And these boats in total were over 150 years old. So it was actually a mission impossible. But out of the respect for the king and not to be the person to deny or decline the request, we said we'll go ahead and we'll try to do something. Interestingly, everyone from the team of Indo Group and Kian Shipbuilding came together, and we got a lot of support from His Highness to have a temporary yard built in Udaipur to build the boats in his presence. So we took about 6 months, but we built the 3 boats, and they were really well done. And one of the boats is maintained with the king himself as his personal boat, as he has his personal chariot and his personal car. So we had something up for us for that particular project.
Oh, that's interesting. And which year was this in?
This was in 2014, 2015, during that period.
And how many workers did it take to restore the boats?
So we had basically pulled in all the talent and the skill sets from various countries. So we had people who had come from Norway who were specializing in bow thrusters. We had people coming from USA to do work on the engines, from Korea for doing work on the transmissions. So we had all very highly skilled professionals whom we brought from all over, so that they would be able to do the boats in the very minimum bare requirements that were laid out to us.
So Arti, tell us something about your beautiful studio in Baner.
Thank you once more, and such a pleasure to be coming here and speaking about what we love so much. And art is something very close to us. During COVID, we saw a gap where we could step in, bridge it, and that's how Kian Foundation came about. We've been promoting artists from all across the country, right from Shantiniketan up north to the south of India, and it's been really good. We've met so many gallerists, artists. The whole art community is a beautiful place to be in, and we've taken it up from there. This year we go to Mumbai with our first showcase, which is happening towards the end of January. And we're following it up with Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, Chennai, and then across international borders where we take our artwork to, people living there who actually receive it very well too. So that would bring Singapore, Amsterdam, and these places are where we like to take our beautiful art to. And
that's lovely. I wish you all the best with it. Do you only promoting contemporary art or masters? Give us a little bit of an idea of the artists that you display.
We've got works from emerging artists, contemporary artists, and the masters too. All of these are what we have at Kian.
See, from the art point of view, when we started off, it was more on the lines of bringing art that was what we were able to understand back then. I'm talking about 2020 COVID period. But as we went into the business and went deep inside it, we started learning ourselves, of great forms of art and about artists and about the kind of works that they were doing. Recently, we were in Amsterdam and we had a chance to visit the Van Gogh Museum, and we could actually relate to how Van Gogh, would have been thinking at that point of time when he was making those art pieces. What I'm trying to say here is that it has been a learning experience for us.
True.
We started on a very small note, not knowing fully well how much we are going to dive deep inside it. But as we went on with it, we started learning a lot more about art. And today, all the forms that you spoke about, whether it is contemporary or modern or other things, have all become a part and parcel of it. So it's now an expression of great art that we're looking at.
And you're also into art restoration.
Yes, absolutely. That's something that we find that every house in India, especially if you go back to old houses in the villages, every house in India you would have pictures of gods and and those were basically Raja Ravi Varma calendars that came to our grandparents, and they were original calendar pages. Because they were god pieces, they were never thrown out, but they were kept somewhere in the attic. Now you bring that out, and today, figure out a way to restore it. You got a beautiful piece of art in your house that you should be proud about. So we felt that restoration is something that practically every family would be requiring something or the other. But the tough part was to get it done. Yeah.
So art is not only about making art or buying it and selling it. It goes a lot deeper than that, and taking care of it becomes a huge part so that you get to enjoy it through generations. And we've taken that pretty seriously. So that's where restoration comes in.
So I wish you, Siddharth and Arti, all the very best.
Thank you so much.
I hope you all keep striking the balance, a beautiful balance between art and boats. And I wish you all the very best. And I wish you all the very best for your upcoming exhibitions.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for visiting us today. Thank you.